on. I'm at the garden. It's the end of the day. I have barely filmed anything today. We've been here since 11 o'clock. We've been busting our asses all day. I didn't film too much of stuff to kind of show you guys today because we've just been trying to burn through a bunch of stuff. But I figured since it's the end of the day, I'll give you guys a bit of a walkthrough and I'll show you kind of where the garden's at, because some of you might just be interested and want to see. So I borrowed a weed whacker from my boss. You can see I weed whacked the whole side. It was a friggin' jungle. But we got bush beans are just rocking it now. Right? They're all starting to flower, so we'll be eating those real soon. These are all for dilly beans. These are beets. How are they looking under there? Oh, they're not swelling above the ground yet. So they're still coming along. Those are golden beets. See, I cut this path right down to dirt with the weed whacker because I'm hoping to kill most of what was growing in there. The onions are starting to swell pretty good. So we'll be harvesting those onions. I'm not sure when. Hey guys, the tote of harvested food. There's a bunch of peppers here we got to get. I picked all the paprika peppers off the plants because they were too tiny and the plants weren't growing, so we picked them all off so the plants will grow. So these are all my peppers, and the peppers are really coming along. They're doing nice. Not much flowers on them, but I'm going to fertilize them and then they'll start growing better. So the peppers are rocking it. And then we've got a couple of more yellow beets here. More beets, and they're starting to swell. See, so they're... And I'm going to try to eat beet greens this year. I hear they're tasty. There's my leeks. And these are cucamelons that don't want to seem to grow up the trellis. They just want to grow out across the ground. We thinned out all the tomatoes today, except for one of them, which I cut off at the ground with the weed whacker while I was running through here. And then here's the problem. So these are San Marzanos. This whole row is supposed to be San Marzanos. You guys see a problem here? Do those look like San Marzanos? They don't. Something happened with the seeds that I got from Johnny's. This whole row are all from Johnny's. And so we have these ones here, we have those ones there, and we have more here, and I have no idea what variety those are. So somehow the tomatoes I got from Johnny's, they got mixed up seeds in them. So that kind of sucks. The Brussel sprout plant is doing something here. I don't know if this is pest damage. See, we got a slug, so it's very possibly... Oh, it's not a slug. It's a snail. Maybe that's what's happening. I weed whacked this hole. This is where the water pipe is. So we weed whacked all that. These are cauliflower, but they are not forming a head. And I think what's happened is it's just gotten way too hot. And so I think these cauliflower are finished. I already ripped one out there. See, there's no flower in there whatsoever. So I think the cauliflower are just finished. We've got cabbage. Uh-oh, kind of missed that one. Oh no. Oh, all right, well, I was wondering where that smell was coming from. All right, so that cabbage is just done. And I'm gonna come back and harvest these beautiful cabbage before the bugs get to them, eh? Those are nice looking cabbage. Another one here. And then my broccoli does not look good, and it's all rotting on the inside. Can you guys see all that black in there? It's rotting. So I've cut some of the heads off. So what you can do, guys, if you don't grow broccoli often, here's a little trick. If you can grow it to flower before it bolts, you can cut the head off on a 45 and then get this out of here. And then what it'll do is it'll start growing little broccoli flower heads all around the top. See, we cut that one off too. This one, well, you know what we're gonna do? There, done. See, look at, there's nothing in here. There's no head in here at all. There goes that one. That's all there is in there, so that's pretty much finished. See, there's more black in there. When I cut the other one open, it was rotten. So I think bugs have got into it or something. So, didn't do so good on the broccoli, guys. You win some, you lose some. And we basically went from spring right to crazy summer heat. My kale doesn't care about the heat. It's kale. I mean, you guys that grow kale, you know what it's like. The zucchini is growing like crazy. This is golden zucchini, except for, I'll show you guys something. Let me loop around the other side. And those of you who grow zucchini, as soon as I show you this, you're gonna understand. Hey, tell me in the comments what this means with my zucchini. All right, question. I know what it means. Here's another one. What do you think that means? Let's get some comments going. There's your clue. So we harvested a whole bunch of zucchini though, anyway, so that's okay. The cucumbers are growing like nuts. I spent about an hour and a half tying them all back up onto the trellis because they didn't really want to climb. And this right here, this is Malabar spinach, and it vines, and it doesn't care about the heat. So we've got 2 Malabar spinach. Oh, look at that. Little friend in the garden. I think we're gonna get rid of him before he starts eating stuff. These are the Blue Lake pole beans. Look at the size of these. So 2 weeks ago, these were not even growing on my plant. So this is 2 weeks of growth. Can you see him catwalking? Woo! Do you guys see him catwalking up the road? So the carrots are growing. You guys wanted to know how the germination rate for my carrots are? When I did it with the cornstarch and water, this is the germination rate for all of my beautiful carrots. So they're doing fantastic. Look at how thick that is. And I know I'm gonna have to do a bit of thinning, but that's okay. That's another problem for another day. And then you see, I took the weed whacker all down here. This was like 2.5, 3 feet of weeds. It was just ridiculous. So we got all that cleaned up. All my beautiful dill for my dill pickles, along with some grass that I just haven't weeded out of it yet. Cilantro with some weeds I haven't picked out of it yet. This is spinach that is bolting. See? That's what happens when it gets too hot for spinach. It bolts. So these plants are basically done. I didn't even get a chance to eat any of them. There was supposed to be cumin here, but it didn't take, apparently. These are all green onions, bunching onions, and they're taking okay. We're gonna have lots, except for the ones right there that I pulled up when I pulled some weeds up. these are my Thai basil plants. I'm really looking forward to harvesting these. I love Thai basil. And here's the Genovese basil and Japanese beetles, little bastards. When you find those on your plants, just pick them right off, crush them with your fingers, because they will just eat and eat and eat. See what I mean? So they will just decimate your plants. And cut your flowers off. Don't let your flowers grow. I didn't get to that today. More Genovese basil. But you guys remember I did an update on my basil plants and I showed you how to prune them so they would bush out. Remember how sickly those plants look when we did that? Look at the size of it now. It's 3+ feet across. And then down here we've got little baby rosemary plants. Here. We've got curly parsley in here, except for the ones that something happened. We've got sage. We have this stuff that someone thinks is a type of kale, and I still haven't 100% ID'd this yet. So if you know what this is, 100% for sure, without a doubt, let me know. Okay? Because I have no idea. That plant was given to me by a friend. And then we've got dino kale, which I don't eat, which I didn't know was dino kale, or I definitely wouldn't have planted it. And then we have Swiss chard, more beautiful Swiss chard. Look at the color on that. That's rhubarb Swiss chard. If you guys are looking for the variety, it's rhubarb Swiss chard. And then we've got more here. And that one's growing weird. That one's, or is that, what is that? Oh, that's a beet. What's that beet doing in here? Look at this. Look at the size of that monster beet. That thing's huge. I can't even get my hand around it. I don't even know why there's a beet here, guys. That was probably left over from last year or something. And more Swiss chard. So, and then this is what we harvested today. It's the first real harvest of the season. We've got some, that's not a pickling cuke. So we've got some pickling cukes. We have some pickling cukes that got way too big on the plant. So these are no good. I'm not even eating those. But you can't let them grow on the plant, because if you take them off the plant will just keep going. So this is basically what we're looking for here. So we're gonna have a salad. Picked a couple of peppers, but we're just starting. By the end of the fall, we're gonna be picking 4 or 5, 6 of these totes a day of food. So, all right. And then I was able to weed whack the whole front here as well. So things are finally getting under control. Thanks for checking out the video. I filmed a little bit. I'll be dropping some videos over the course of this week. Nothing extreme. I just harvested my garlic. Wait till you see the disaster that my garlic turned into. So, all right, guys, have an awesome day. Grow good food. I hope your gardens are rocking it. Don't forget to fertilize them, because it's about that time. If you haven't fertilized them in a while, you should definitely fertilize them, because everything is feeding like crazy right now, and it's growing and everything is putting on fruit, and you're going to be stripping nutrients out of your soil. So feed them and then eat them. All right, see ya.